Hey guys, hope you're well. Nick Davis from Nick Davis Hypnotherapy, NLP and Life Coaching, and today's video is about conditioning, mental conditioning, physical conditioning, anything you think about conditioning really. What I want to talk about is that the more you do something, the more it becomes ingrained in you as a human being. And what happens is when we do something once, we lay down a new neural pathway, and then we repeatedly do that again and again and again. Our brains strengthen that neural pathway, strengthen the synapses, the message. So not only does it go quicker, but it goes faster, it's sharper. And the metaphor I would use is like if you notice, when I was at school, they used to have signs saying "keep off the grass," and a lot of the kids used to ignore them and just take a shortcut to whatever block they wanted to get to. And you see this all over. And as one person goes over, that doesn't really make a difference to the grass, but then the next person goes over, the next person eventually creates what they call a desire path. And that lays down, and you can see it becomes a pathway really, really quickly. And it's almost like if you were to take a sledge and you were the first person to slide down a hill on that sledge, it wouldn't be that slippy. It'd be slippy, but obviously as the second person, third person, the fourth person, everything else, as they go down, it becomes really icy and becomes really quick. And that's a kind of really good, metaphor for neural pathways. And it reminds me of, there was a guy called Larry Bird who used to play for the Boston Celtics in America, basketball team. And he was hired, this is a long, long time ago, hired to do a soft drink commercial. And as part of the advert, what they said to him is, what you've got to do is you've got to miss the basket. Anyway, so they set him up for the shot and they went, take one. Anyway, he got 9 baskets in a row before he could miss. And this is because his brain was hardwired in, it's not exactly hardwired, but, as near as we can get, hardwired in to kind of playing that shot again and again and again. So even Aristotle said, you are what you repeatedly do. And there's a phrase that we use, which is practice doesn't make perfect, it makes permanent. So in order to change a new habit, you can either use things like hypnosis and my blast technique to get into the limbic system, which is the deep part of the computer part of the brain, to change those habits. Or if you want to do it consciously, you have to lay these habits down again and again and again. And what I stress with people is after they've worked with me, or whether it's sport, whether it's therapy, whether it's training, I keep saying to people, lay down these new behaviours. If you want to create a new habit, keep doing it and doing it and doing it. I mean, there's some misinformation around. People say if you want to create a new habit, it's 21 to 28 times. There's a lady did some PhD research, and she found that the average was 60 times rather than that. And I think the quickest was 13 times, but on average it was 60 times to do that. So just remember, every time you do something again and again and again, it strengthens that habit, it strengthens that thought. So, we're in a tricky situation now with coronavirus, and, I'm busier than I've ever been because of the mental health issues, and people are, training my blast technique, which is really, really efficient for anxiety, depression, trauma, PTSD and everything else. And I'm training people all over the world. I've trained so many people in America, and I'm very grateful to have the work and to be able to help that people, worldwide. I'm working online, obviously, because I've got my PC set up with my camera and everything else. So I'm really blessed to be able to help people all over the world. But, one of the things I stress to people is if you keep watching negative things again and again and again, that's going to strengthen those neural pathways to become anxious, to become sad, to become depressed, to become stressed. So what I say to people is you only need to do the basics. So what I do is I check in every day just to make sure, what changes. Obviously I've got a mask here if I see people face to face. I've got a spray down, and we deep clean the office and everything else. I've got several masks and anti-bac hand stuff and everything else. But all I need to do is I need to watch how the rules change, so I can make sure that I'm within those rules. Other than that, I don't really need to listen to anything else outside that. I supplement myself with vitamin D, keep myself healthy, have loads of vitamins, go to the gym most days as much as I can. And I try and strengthen those neural pathways, so I'm kind of getting through this period of time a lot better than most people. And I need to, because obviously being a therapist, I need to be there to help people. So I just want you to take that on board and just remember, what you're doing and what you're thinking every day is strengthening, and it's making it stronger and stronger and stronger. So what I want you to do is, if you can, if you're in a bit of a dark place, is try and change that thought, and then even do like a 5-bar gate where you just write down. I mean, I've have a look at goals book here. You know, it cost me £3, literally, from, where was it? The name will come to me in a minute, and then I'll just tick off how many times I've been to the gym, how many times I've been for a walk, how many times have I done some meditation, how many times have I fasted, how many times have I read, how many times have I done work, how many times have I marketing, things like that. So I can tick it off, and it strengthens those things so they become habits. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. You know, please feel free to like, subscribe and share, and love your comments and feedback. But I hope you've kind of got something out of this video, just to, you know, stress that how, you know, once you've created a habit, then you've got to make an effort to break that habit and then reinforce a new habit. Okay guys, so, you know, stay well, stay safe, and I'll speak to you on the next video.